Well, welcome back. It is Eric, the Big E Arnold, here in our secondary studio, not the sports barn. Oh, it's early Sunday morning, the 21st of February. We're here to recap our Friday night. Took Saturday off. Oh, I'll probably look at that and give you some thoughts on the big slate of games that happened today. And then we got four picks. Four picks? Yeah, just four picks for Sunday. Couldn't really come up with much on Sunday, but we do have the big Ohio State-Michigan game. We got that one for you. So, well, let's see. What do we got here? I actually made some notes so I don't forget anything. New subscriber, Jessica Turnbull. Welcome. We all the people here in the sports barn. Welcome our newest magnificent bastard. That's our term for people that subscribe. Goes way back to the old days of the plan. That was my scheme of 20-some years ago to get rich betting on sports, and people that followed me were called magnificent bastards. So, congratulations, Jessica. You're the newest magnificent bastard. Salute. So what else we got here? Friday recap. I went out and blew off some steam Friday night. I saw some of that Dayton-St. Louis game. Well, when you're wrong, you're wrong. And we had St. Louis, and they were never in it. That was a blowout from the word go. I don't know what St. Louis, where their minds were at on that one. It's kind of like, you need that game, right? You didn't show up. So, perhaps, I don't know if that's a one-off thing, or we should read something into it that St. Louis is a flawed team and look to fade them in the future. Have to give that some thought. And then I guess the minor league game we had there squeaked by 1 point. I picked our hero of the night. I guess we had no choice. We had one winner. So the winner had to come from that game. The hero of the night, Zion Williams. Does that sound familiar? Here I am looking up this guy on the internet trying to find something about him. And the internet just keeps asking me, wouldn't you like to know about Zion Williamson more? We've included the results for Zion Williamson. Here's a clip of Zion Williamson dunking. And it's like, well, no, actually, I don't really want to know about that guy. I know a little bit about him, but I'd rather know about this guy, Zion Williams. So, poor guy now, he's forever going to be, confused with the famous guy playing for the Pelicans. But Mr. Williams, Zion Williams, he's from Maybrook, New York. That's up there in Orange County Chopper Country. And, he's a senior there with Kansas City. He made 2 free throws there in the seesaw at the end of the game. Shoot your free throws. The other team fouls. They desperately try to score. Then they foul. We shoot free throws. So he made 2 free throws. That was the winning margin. So we gave him the hero of the night. Salute. All right, what else? I want to give you a couple thoughts here. I know, we have a handful of Eagle fans here that follow the channel. NFL, of course. And I saw something that I just could not believe was true, but I talked to my brother today, and he's Mr. Eagle. He's Mr. I know everything about the Eagles, and he assured me it was true, that Carson Wentz refused to talk to Doug Peterson for weeks on end during this season. I mean, okay, this is one thing that, as a bettor, you're looking for. You want to find teams where this sort of thing's going on, where this kind of, you say to yourself, this cannot happen, but it does. It maybe not often, but, it just happened here with the Eagles, so you can't say it doesn't happen. It does happen, and that's a team you bet against almost without exception, and, one of the reasons I'm losing is because I know which was the right team to bet on, and I always pick the wrong one. I said at the beginning of the season, I think the Eagles are a bad team. And as it turned out, they were the worst team in the NFL when respect to their against the spread record. 4 wins, 11 losses, 1 tie. That was the worst in the NFL in 2020. And I ended up playing the Eagles way too much. Way too much. I should have been off fading them every week. But, that was part of my homerism biting me. I can't believe the Eagles are this bad. Had you told me that Peterson and Wentz weren't talking, right there that tells you there's total dysfunction. I mean, I blame Wentz. I mean, Peterson won a championship largely, due to, I think, Nick Foles. But how does Wentz just, turn around and pout? I guess he just started pouting after the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts, and I think right at that moment, Wentz just checked out. He just said, that's it, I quit. I'm going to force my way out of here, and I'll play for another team, but I'm not going to give these guys the time of day all season. I think if Wentz had applied himself with the Eagles, he'd probably still be the starting quarterback. Although, frankly, I don't think he's any good at whether he applies himself or doesn't apply himself. But, good luck to you, Indianapolis. You got a bill of goods. So, you think you can rehabilitate this guy? You think you can make him a good quarterback? Good luck. Anyway, I'm glad he's gone. He was going to cause nothing but trouble. So, good riddance, Carson Wentz. Well, let's talk college basketball then, right? We kind of took the day off here on Saturday. Probably a bad day to take off. It was a huge day of basketball, but let's see what we got here. Looking down the scores, see if we anything significant. I saw Michigan State upset Indiana at home. It hurts Indiana. It definitely makes their life more complicated trying to get into the tournament. And maybe this is a signal that we need to look at Michigan State a little more closely. We've been pretty much reflexively calling them a bad team and looking to bet against them. But there could be a weather vane game. Could be, a weather vane game. That's where the wind shifts, and now suddenly Michigan might be something to look at. Let's see. Villanova, workmanlike win over UConn. UConn's probably going to need another big win to get in. They can't just keep losing to and only beat the tomato cans in the Big East. They're going to have to actually beat somebody. See, Kentucky, I told you, Kentucky, we're buying Kentucky. They had a big win at Tennessee today. That was, I'm not impressed with that Tennessee team, I'll tell you that. I've said that before. Alabama squeaks by Vanderbilt. That was probably just a coast spot there for Alabama. I think they pretty much wrapped up the SEC title, haven't they? So, they're just kind of marking time now until the big dance. Let's see what else we got. Missouri with a nice rebound win there. That should get them into the big dance. Kansas, they get it done over Texas Tech. Texas Tech team, they're just so, Kansas probably has more elite talent than Texas Tech does. I saw some of this game, West Virginia, Texas. I didn't see the big collapse. Apparently Texas had a huge lead, and then I wanted to find out why the teammates were yelling at each other. I think the one guy called out the other guy for not playing defense, and then, of course, he got his feelings hurt, and so he started, chirping back at the kid. Then the kid really got mad, and they had to, of course, separate him. Again, Carson Wentz, this is shit you're looking for. It's like, this is dysfunction. This is not good. And sure enough, they had a big lead and went on to lose the game. Even though at the end of the game, I don't know either team deserved to win. West Virginia had pretty much a game locked up, and then one of their players, he got the ball stolen from him, fouled, then he was able to secure a defensive rebound and kick the ball out of bounds. I thought, that kid isn't coming home if they lose this game. Bob Huggins is going to make that kid walk home from Austin. But somehow West Virginia hung on, even though at the end there was a contested play at the rim, which probably was a foul, but the refs, I think, at that point were just tired of watching this game and said, that's enough. No foul. We don't care. That's it. Game's over, Shaka Smart. Sorry. And that was it. Looks like Minnesota's fading. Whatever magic they had there early in the year, they got hammered at home today by Illinois. Illinois, careful with this team. I mean, they've got 2 NBA guys on that team, so you gotta, that Coburn and Osuma, gotta watch out for that, I think. They won by 30 at Minnesota, so look out for those guys. Let's see, Florida State, they win again. Blah, 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 blah. Purdue with a big win. USC gets beat. How about that? USC gets beat. And I just finished watching UCLA squeak one out, so now they're tied in the Pac-12. I know Bill Walton's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a fan. He makes you pay attention to the game. I mean, he's a unique dude. So plus he said that he's pro fan, i.e. let's get the fans back in the stands. It's like, yes, absolutely. Anybody that's smart enough to know that is definitely welcome into the sports barn. So that was a Mick Cronin special. Trail the whole game. Squeak out a win. Don't cover. Mick Cronin special. Let's see what else. Gonzaga blows out their opponent. It's just hard to get a feel for Gonzaga playing these tomato cans that they're playing. I saw Duke squeaked out a win. That's annoying. Was that a weather vane game for them? I mean, are we now going to have to look at them and, take them seriously? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that's about it. So, big game. Big day of college basketball. Alright, so let's get to Sunday's picks here. Put them up there. Like I said, there's a lot of games on Sunday. I just couldn't. I just picked the ones that I thought I had something with. And I'm trying to, get some rest here. And so we only got 4 of them. 11:30 a.m. I'll probably before I even get out of bed. But who puts these times aside? Who decides, hey, we're going to play at 11:30? But Rhode Island, they're at George Washington. George Washington's a 9-point underdog at home. GW hasn't played a lot of games. They're coming off a huge layoff, I believe. I think that was the thinking here, is that, it's a lost season for them, basically. They weren't playing that well. They just missed 6 weeks of the season. I mean, it's almost like an afterthought now. It's like, all right, now we gotta, play 4 games and then the season's over. So, how up can you be when you only get a handful of games and then that's it anyway? It's like, it's a lost year. That's what they got to be thinking to themselves. And I just don't know how how the coach is able to get the kids up in that kind of situation. I mean, you can yell, you can sell, you can do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, that's what I think they're just going to say. We know this is a lost year. We're screwed. This is it. This is a bad hand we've been dealt. Let's just throw the cards in and hope next fall they let us play basketball. So Rhode Island, I think, has a better team. I think have been playing, so they're in a rhythm, and I think they're much less likely to just throw away the game, knowing that there is a chance they could win a couple games in the A-10 tournament. So I think Rhode Island's going to show up here and win this game pretty easily. So we'll lay the wood on the road here. Rhode Island minus the 9. And then the big one, Michigan at Ohio State. Boy, I went round and round with this game. For a while I was saying, man, at Michigan, they look so explosive and they're just burying people. And then, 10, 15-point wins every night. And how is Ohio State, they're just so, I mean, my goodness. I don't know. Basically, it came down to this for me. I don't know Michigan has played the same level of competition Ohio State has. Yeah, they only got one loss, but who've they played? They haven't played Iowa, I don't think. Did I get that right? I don't remember. They haven't played Illinois. They haven't played Ohio State. So, some of the tougher teams in the Big Ten, that bothers me. I'm not sure if they played Iowa or not. Well, it doesn't matter. I know they haven't played Illinois and Ohio State. I'm looking this up as we speak, whether they played Iowa. And they have not played Iowa. So, those are arguably the 3 best teams in the Big Ten, and they haven't played them. So, how good is Michigan? Ohio State has some pretty big wins under their belt, at Iowa, at Illinois. So I just think Ohio State, and here's probably what threw it over for me. I think Michigan at Columbus over the last 20 years, the record's like 2-15 or something. It's close to that, if not that. It's pretty close to that, if not that. They've won like twice in the last 20 years in Columbus. They don't play well down there. They just don't. Now normally there's a lot of, 20,000 fans that hate them in the arena. Yeah, we hate you. Pretty much. We do. We just do. So, that won't be there this time around. So, that might be advantage Michigan. But, Ohio State, they're only a 1-point favorite. We're going to go with Ohio State. We just think that we generally play pretty well against Michigan and Columbus. Fans, no fans. Ohio State, this team has surprised all year long. No matter what the task is set in front of them, usually they get it done. And this is just another task in front of these guys. And I think somehow they're going to get it done. So we're taking the Bucks, lay the 1 point. All right, let's see. More Big Ten action. Maryland going up to Rutgers. Maryland, they're 13-10. They're on the very edge of the tournament. The talking heads feel that Rutgers is more safely into the tournament at this juncture at 12-8. Maryland riding a 3-game winning streak, mostly off of bad teams. I mean, they've beaten Nebraska twice, and then they had it's not a bad team, but it was kind of a miracle win against Purdue. And all of those were at home. But we're going to go with Maryland here. I mean, this feels... Rutgers plays well at home, and that makes me nervous. But this might just be a place for Rutgers to take a break, where I think Rutgers has been playing pretty well, and I think they feel pretty comfortable that they're into the tournament. Maryland needs this game, and generally speaking, Maryland gets into the tournament. That's just something they do. That's one of the reasons this guy still has his job, Mark Turgeon. He gets these kind of games. These are the kind of games that saves his job, and he gets these kind of games year after year after year. So here he's got a marginal team. He's right on the edge of making the tournament. Not making the tournament in College Park, Maryland is not acceptable. You do not make the NIT at Maryland. That does not go down. No. So he needs this game, and I think he's going to get it. We're going to take Maryland at Piscataway. getting 4.5 will take the Terrapins. And then lastly here in the A10, got the two best coaches in the A10 probably. Davidson at St. Bonaventure. Both these teams have missed a ton of games this season with the virus. Davidson, they tuned up a high school team last night to prepare for this game, whereas St. Bonaventure, they've been off for a month, and I think that's going to help Davidson. The fact that they went out, they got a run in, they got some confidence beating the shit out of a high school team. I think Davidson looks pretty good to me here. Davidson's not out of it. That's not a team that's just automatically gone. They got one, at least, I think they got two with St. Bonaventure's and another one with VCU get left on their schedule. They get all them games and win a couple in the A10 tournament. They very well could be in. Very well could be in. So they've got a path to the tournament. I would say this is different than George Washington's situation. In other words, I'm the Davidson coach. I've got a sales pitch I can sell to these kids. It's like, do what I tell you to do. We get a handful of games left. We're good enough to make this tournament and salvage and make this a good year. Instead of this being a lost, forgotten, shitty year. We get a chance to really do something good here and something you can be proud of the rest of your athletic career. So let's go up to St. Bonaventure and play really hard. So that's what I'm thinking. Now, we'll see if the Davidson kids buy that. In a few hours, we'll see if they buy that sales pitch. I don't know if they will or not. But that's what we got there. Rhode Island, Ohio State. Definitely Ohio State laying the one at home. And then Maryland and Davidson. So that's what we got. So thanks for being here. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Then you always know whenever I post these videos and you don't have to go searching for them. We'll get some college basketball going here in a few hours on Sunday, and then we're rounding the third, heading for home, I guess. We're not. We're probably still around second, heading for third. How about that? At any rate, thanks for being here, and I'll catch you later.